Marvel's Avengers has an underrated and even undiscovered endgame. Most reviewers, influencers, and even the average gamer have dismissed the game's content as shallow, without even unlocking the discoveries deep within Endgame. We're talking about elite vaults, elite villain sectors, elite and mega hives, and the pinnacle of raid-style content, secret labs. But in order to appreciate any of this high-level content, you're going to need to increase your power past 100 and even to 150 for secret labs. So that's the purpose of this video here today. I'm going to show you guys the fastest way to level your heroes' power levels, so stay tuned and let's get right on into it. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're all doing well today. My name's Johnny5Alive and welcome to Channel 5 Gaming. If you guys are new here, be sure to smash that subscribe button. Leave a like if you find this video helpful. And if you want more videos like this, check the description down below. And with all that out of the way, let's dive right into the video. There are a plethora of ways to get gear in Marvel's Avengers, and after about 100 hours of testing methods, I have come to the conclusion that there is a clear winner for fast gear. And that winner would be vaults. But before you take this information for face value, I want to explain to you how to unlock vaults, the various methods I tried to produce the fastest results, and from there, you can decide what works best for you. So what are vaults? Vaults are secret hidden missions which only appear on your war table once you've acquired vault resource keys from specific missions. They are hidden within these specific missions. Later on, once you've advanced your initiative campaign further, you will have access to the elite vaults, and it appears you do not need keys to go into these. However, these elite vaults are a minimum power level of 100 to enter, so farming regular keys is still a viable method to power up to 100 before moving on to these elite vaults. So let's show you where to get these keys so you can start gearing up in the vaults. Location number 1 is Stark Realities, located in the Pacific Northwest region. One thing to note about this, it looks like it is on rotation on the war table, so sometimes it might not be there, but you have 2 other options to keep you going. So if this is on your map, you launch into the mission and stick to the left side and keep running deeper until you see Jarvis's radar pop up in the top left corner of the map. This will lead you into the hidden vault, which you should contain roughly 2 to 3 chests, one of them having the vault resource key. It's important to also note that it'll give you a random key to a random vault, and if you go with friends, each one of you get a key, increasing the amount of vaults you can farm. Once you've acquired your key, just return to the Quinjet. No point in finishing the mission. Location number 2 is located at our town in Utah Badlands. This one you'll head straight to the end of the map, right to the very back, and you'll see a cave on the radar should pop up leading into the cave, and the vault is deep within the cave itself, and you should contain 2 to 3 chests and another vault resource key. And finally, the last location is Day of the Remains in the Pacific Northwest region. This one you will not be able to visit until you've progressed far enough into the Inhuman campaign portion of the Avengers initiative. So if you're not far enough into multiplayer, you won't even find this on your map. But once you do have it unlocked, this is also the best of the 3 options, as it has 2 vaults that both give resource keys. So just stick to the left side on this map, get to the radar blip, collect the chests, head back out, stick to the left side again, and you'll find another one. Boom, 2 keys, 1 run, and if you go with friends, you should be stocked up to go farm some vaults. So now we're ready to farm some vaults, and I want to show you my findings through thorough testing and 2 interesting ways to farm them. Let's start with the first method, a full clear. So the thing that makes the vaults mission so good isn't necessarily the vault itself, but it's the amount of chests found on the map. You get almost a dozen or more chests when clearing these maps before heading into the vault to get 2 or 3 more. So you're walking away with over 15 chests worth of gear, units, nameplates, and resources. For my testing, I started with a 90 power level Hulk. I farmed these on challenge difficulty 4 for the best drops possible, and I also ran with friends on these tests. With a full clear and going with friends, you get a lot more drops from mobs, which plays a huge factor in the chances of upgrades. With friends in play clearing enemies, you are also more likely to run into unmarked chests in certain areas, increasing the amount of overall chests. So clear out the whole map, collect all the mark chests on your GPS, and then head over to the vault. Clear the whole thing out for more drops, then finally open the vault door and receive 2 to 3 more chests. As you can see from this footage, the amount of loot I took in after each run was absolutely insane. My bags are full of gear, and there's always a massive upgrade, increasing my power level in a minimum of 10 and sometimes up to 20. It only took me roughly 4 runs to get Hulk from 90 to 133, as you can see here in this footage. Now this is really important to note. Gearing up to endgame can be tricky, and you don't want to mess this up. So where I got my Hulk to in this video at 133, he is technically maxed out from vaults, and running vaults anymore won't do me any more good. So the max level gear that will drop is going to be 130 in the game currently, and upgrades past 130 require modules to level up, and you will chew through modules really quickly. So it's important to stop leveling gear once it's hit 130. Then you wait until you get a 130 legendary drop, ideally a 5-star. If you get, say, a level 129 piece of gear, you will only be able to upgrade it to 139, and you will fall short from hitting 150 power, and you will waste everything that you invested. So you must wait for a 130 piece of gear before blowing off your modules. So once you've gotten all your pieces at 130, like my Hulk here, you will need to farm modules and materials to upgrade everything to 140. Your gear score should be sitting at 140, and the final step is to upgrade your major artifact. This, however, requires materials only available from doing daily faction missions, so the process can be slow. It's best you do your dailies and save up for your main hero first only. Each level on your major artifact will increase your power by 1, taking you from 140 all the way to 150. And now you'll be ready to do Secret Labs endgame content. So as mentioned, I got my Hulk from 90 to 130 in like 4 vaults roughly, full clears, and that's all it took. From there, the vaults aren't going to do me any more good. It's best for me to switch to another hero. And that's what I did, but I'm going to try a different method and tell you guys about that in part 2 here. So what is this next method? This one's interesting because it's chest runs. Chest runs is another interesting way of farming these vaults because it will not consume your vault key, and you'll get roughly 250 units per hour. So not only an effective way of gearing up, but also effective for buying cosmetics. It's pretty simple. Load into the map on challenge 4 and find the fastest way to all the marked chest locations, open them up, and then return to the Quinjet. You won't consume your vault key because you never entered the vault, so you can load back into the map and do it again. Now, a few things to note about this: it obviously goes faster with a flying character such as Thor or Iron Man, and in my testing I was using Iron Man. You will get a lot less loot since you're not killing anything and skipping the vault itself. But in my findings, I was clearing all the chests on these maps in only 6 to 8 minutes per run as Iron Man, so a little bit faster. And I'm still getting 10 power level increases per run. Now, I was upgrading some of the gear because if you upgrade the gear, it'll increase your power level, and then when you go back in, you're gonna get higher level loot. So it doesn't hurt to also upgrade the gear that you're getting from these quick runs. The way that the gear drops work in this game is based off your current gear score and challenge difficulty. So on a full run, you may get a lot more gear, but it becomes redundant because you only need one of those pieces. Doing chest runs, you will come up short maybe on one piece of gear, or one slot doesn't get upgraded, but you'll get an upgrade for everything else. So you're not wasting gear this way by having, 20 different drops of one type, and you're only going to end up using one of them. So in theory, this method is by far way more effective of power leveling up, even though it seems a little bit cheesy and repetitive. So in my testing, I took a power level 67 Iron Man all the way up to 109 in less than 90 minutes. That's 52 power levels in 90 minutes. So a few more runs and he'll be ready to material grind from 130 to 150, and that's pretty darn fast. So a couple more things to note about the various vaults and my testings. I did take Iron Man on an elite vault 40 levels higher than my power level. I had no right being there, and I would get one shot by anything that touched me. However, I got in, got the chests, and got out, and the gear was in fact not better than a regular Vault Challenge 4. So it won't help you to try and cheese something that's nearly impossible, as the game scales it to your current power level, no matter whether it's normal game mode or elite. But Challenge 4 will always make a difference. If you go to Challenge 1, you will only get green and blue drops, where Challenge 4 is generally purple and legendary from my testing. In terms of the types of vaults, there are 3: Forest, Frozen, and Desert, and I found some differences between these as well. Forest Vault is pretty solid. As an easy farming route, enemies can be easily bypassed, and it's just all around pretty good. Frozen Tundra Vaults seem the worst in my testing. The chests are spread out all in weird locations, and there are some tricky pinch points which get hard to get around without having to take a fight. It was definitely the most frustrating one in my opinion, and the Desert Vault map seemed to be the best by far, especially if you have DNA keys from farming villain sector boss fights. I often found 4+ DNA chests per run in the Desert Vaults, and the map also seems to have the most amount of chests in general and the most amount of unmarked chests, and the route is pretty easy between them all. So I definitely think if you want to stick with one, that would be the Desert Vaults. So that's pretty much it. Full farming vaults with friends is great fun, guaranteed loot in large quantities, and spam farming chest runs on vault maps is even better, but also mind-numbing after a while. Doing a combination of these two methods, you should easily be able to max out your gear on any of your heroes in just a few hours of playing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, please leave a like and share with your friends. Check the description for more helpful guides just like this. I'm Johnny5Alive. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next Avengers video. Bye now.